How are we doing, everyone? Just waiting for Richie Trentalange to get on. Got a spot there. So you join on soon. All right, here he comes. Richie? How we doing?
Hey.
All right, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Nice t-shirt. All right. All right, well, so hello, everyone. Do you want to tell everyone your name?
I'm Richie Trentalange.
Yeah, so basically I used to coach Richie for roughly 3 to 4 years in a Monmouth United team called the Strikers. The coach of the team was Jim Davis. I was the trainer. As you can tell by Richie's face, he really enjoyed it because he won't stop smiling. And yeah, I just thought this would be beneficial for you players, parents, families, people outside of the club, of what we do, why we do it, and where it can get you to in life. So I'm just going to ask Richie some questions today, just talk about his experiences with Monmouth and where he's got him to today. Recently, Richie got announced that he got a scholarship to Navy. So congratulations, Richie.
Thank you.
If you want to just tell everyone a little bit about yourself, tell them your full name, tell them your team name, hobbies, and then just lead into which school, high school, and college you go into.
Okay, where should I start? Like, should I start beginning of school?
What's
probably?
Your name? That'd be a good start.
Right, so I'll start. My name's Richie Trentalange. I'll start like my first year in high school. I played soccer with Monmouth United, Coach Matt and Jim Davis, and I swam. And besides that, I surfed a lot and focused on schoolwork basically. And that was like my whole high school up until sophomore year. And then after my
what age would that be? Like 12, 13, high school? I forget.
12, 13 for
what's high school again? 13?
No, like 15.
15?
I was like 14, turning 15 my freshman year, but also I'm a little bit older. So maybe
you played for Monmouth and swam before high school, right?
Yeah.
When did you first join Strikers?
I was like 6.
Right. Okay. Good.
I played for a Middletown club with this other guy, and and I was like a goalie, and then they cut me because because they got like a huge kid. They got like one of those like kids who was like 6, but he was like bigger than me right now.
Fills the goal.
Yeah, and he was so like they just stuck him in goal, and I sat the bench, and then they cut me after that season. So then I joined the Strikers. Back when they were not Monmouth United, they were something different.
St. Mary's, right? I think it was St. Mary's, and then
it was St. Mary's, and then I played up until and then I stuck with the team when they turned into Monmouth United.
Right.
And that's where you came in, Coach Matthew, and we were all super excited about it because you had an English accent, so we were all like, oh, yeah, he knows what he's doing. So that went for like 3-4 years, and then at the end of my sophomore year, I stopped playing soccer because and then for my junior and senior year, I focused on swimming, and I swim for the Red Bank Y. There's a club team there, and I swam there for I've swam there since I was really young too. I've been swimming since I was like 6, 8, something like that, and then so my junior year was like a recruiting year. So I was talking to college coaches all that year with swimming. And that's why I wanted to I cut everything off. I wasn't like, I was just swimming my junior year. And I was talking to coaches. And then my senior year, I went on some official visits, and a little bit my junior year, I went on some official visits during my junior year.
I remember them, yeah, because you had to miss a couple of games or practices or whatever, right? Yeah. Things got busier for you.
it got really busy. And then my senior year, I got the swim coach at the Naval Academy offered me to, he basically gave me a slot to get into the school. So he said, like, we can get you into the school, come swim on our team. And then I accepted that, and that was in like September of this year. So then the rest of this year, I've been committed. Once you commit to the Naval Academy, basically, it's pretty hard to screw that up as long as you like don't get arrested or something. So
Yeah.
that's
See, so you got a scholarship, right, through Navy, to put it simple, and you got that through your swimming, right?
yeah.
And obviously your education, you've obviously got good grades and things like that to get through to Navy, right? The Naval Academy.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, even as a recruited athlete, you still have to keep your grades up. That's
right. Yeah.
If you have terrible grades, you can't really get in anywhere, regardless of how good you are.
Right.
So
great. Well, I know we've been in touch. Very proud of you, Richie, as you know. Someone I've known for a few years now. My first year in America was probably 5-6 years ago, I think now. Maybe this is my 6th year. And yeah, I knew you from day one. So again, thanks for coming on. I know this will be beneficial for the kids, parents and families, again, people who aren't even associated with the club and just youth soccer in general. So we'll get to the swimming then. So how have you been doing so far under quarantine? What have you been up to? Are you studying? How are you keeping active?
Yes, so all the pools got like closed. So no swimmers are allowed to train or really do anything. It's terrible. And I've been doing ocean swims, but mostly I've been doing, other workouts that I would, like usually during a week I'll do maybe like there's like 6, 7, 8 practices in a week of swimming, and then you do like lifting and dry land and stuff added onto that. But now I'm replacing all that swimming I usually would have done with, like lifting and surfing and different stuff. So
you're used to the ocean though, right? You can swim there. I know there's probably some rough days now, but if people are allowed on the beaches and things, and as long as you're in the ocean, I guess you're away from people. So you're still being safe, practicing social distancing, but it's tough, right?
Governor Murphy tried closing he closed the beaches, but that didn't last very long because he got a lot of backlash from that. And then
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, and even when he closed the beaches, they were mostly just concerned with like huge crowds at the beaches when it was getting warm. But like, if there's a cop and he sees a couple guys like going for a surf, like they're not gonna get tickets because that would be more unreasonable.
No, good. You're practicing social distance and going with people in your family, so you're good.
So
great. All right. So you're keeping active. And are you having to do anything to prepare for when you go to Navy in the summer? When you go in June, what?
So June 26th, I got my, basically what happens is when you accept they give you a letter of assurance, and then you get a nomination from like a congressman or like some government official or someone. And then after you get that, you have to get a nomination and a letter of assurance. And then after that, you get an appointment, which is like an official thing. And then you accept the appointment. And then a couple of weeks later, they give you some paperwork. And then once you do it, they give you a permission or permit to report, which is like they send you like they give you permission to report to them and do whatever they want you to. It's kind of like you're selling yourself away. But,
right. And how many years will you be there for? Is it 4?
Yeah, it's a 4-year college and then 5-year service.
Great. Well, got a lot more memories to make soon, and I know how mature you've been as a young age. You'll deal with it really well, especially with them going along. All right, let me ask you a couple of questions then, just more specific to Monmouth United. Just want to talk about some of your experiences. Again, thanks for your time, Richie. Really appreciate it. I know a lot of players will really love hearing a former player of Monmouth United, as well as parents have an understanding of, what we do and why we do it, and the moments their children have got to look forward to, whether they're 6 or we have, 14 to 16-year-olds in the club now. So thanks for telling us a little bit about yourself. That's great. So what is your memory of Monmouth United? So again, maybe look more specific to when I was training you and Coach Jim, rather than your younger years and you weren't getting cut as a goalie.
I actually have a few like really vivid memories from playing soccer. And I don't think I have vivid memories from like all the stuff I've done, but for soccer, for some reason, there's a good amount.
It's a good thing then, right?
Yeah, I think so. Playing soccer was my favorite sport. That, like, as far as all the all the stuff I did, my favorites are playing soccer and surfing and karate, but I was better at swimming. So I wanted to go with that. And also swimming kept me in better shape. So I'm trying to like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like put on freshman 15 when I go to college. I feel like swimming is a good outlet to stay in shape.
Yeah.
But soccer was always like my favorite sport.
What do you remember about the team, whether it's whatever comes into your head? It can be a game, can be a practice. I know you had a lot of game winners. I used to play with that number 10.
Before you came, when we were St. Mary's, I remember I have a couple vivid memories of like being in goal and like having some like really good saves. Like I would like come out and the kid would be like it would just be one-on-one, like me and this kid, and he would shoot it, and it would like one time it just like hit my face, like he just shot it and like slammed me in the face, but like it was a save, like it didn't go in.
Yeah, that's it.
And that happened like a couple times, and that was like my thing. I would get like hit in the face with a ball, and like I was like the goalie after that. And yeah, so like from my early years, I have a lot of memories of like really good saves I had. And this one game where we were down 4-1 at the half, and we went all the way to, and Coach Jim, we were all like little, we were losing 4-1, and Coach Jim, he like brought us all like to the other side of the field so like no one could hear us, and he brought us into the shade, and he was like talking to us about everything we were doing wrong and how we need to like do stuff. But I don't know, I don't really remember that conversation.
Yeah, just think like what you do at the half team talk, right? Things that you can improve, things that you did well, sort of thing.
And we were getting really fired up, and then the second half we like scored 6 goals on it. Like that's kind of unheard of. Like we beat them like 6-4.
Great.
So that's a good feeling. And then the memory I have from when you were here was that last game we played. When the game before that, when we won the league that we were in.
Right.
The game that we remember, we had to like win that game, and then if we won that, we would like win indefinitely if we won that game.
That's
and
it.
I had a beautiful goal. That's like when I was playing like striker, center forward.
Yeah.
And there like that one shot that was just like outside of the box, like curled in top left-hand corner. I remember.
Yeah, I remember it. I know you like to play striker, but I always used to say to you, and again, this is when you were like 13, 14 playing 11v11. So we sort of tried to nail down a position for you. And I always said to Jim that number 10, number 8 role, sitting behind the striker, sit in front of the midfield, just spray some passes. And you're always probably one of the best players on the team for long shots. So it was always a good position for you. But you were also good as a striker because you could hold up the ball.
Well, I'd been at that point I was like lifting because for swim I was lifting. So
right.
I was like,
so you were getting stronger. So
yeah,
I get it. So I guess a good point for me to mention there for everyone listening is that as you got to your teenage years and you start settling down in a position at 11v11, that you were getting bigger. So you were pretty fast as well. Not the fastest on the pitch, but playing in that central role was beneficial for you. You really thrived off it. Again, we mixed it between 9 and 10. We played that sort of 4-5-1, 4-4-2 formation with you sitting in. But yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I do remember that game to win the league. What do you think that was? When you were like 14?
Yeah.
Before going into high school, right? Because that was pretty much our best last year. I think everyone, obviously the culture in America is a little bit different when it gets to fall. There's high school ball. And I mean, myself, and I've told you this, I'd rather you just stayed in your team because maybe the level of coaching's a little bit different. However, it's all about the experience, being around your schoolmates. Something I miss is playing, before I played professionally with a team at a young age, is playing with schoolmates and having that jacket out here. That's pretty cool, right? Having them sort of jackets and things. Yeah. But no, I remember that. And good. So, you had some good memories. What do you remember about myself? Like, again, this isn't to big me up, but what do you remember maybe practices or games that maybe helped you? Like, do you think, you could tell me if there's anything I said that put you off, but I don't think there was. But was there anything in a game or a practice that you really enjoyed that really motivated you, maybe?
Yeah, the last game we played of that season, like when we went to the playoffs or whatever, we lost that like 3-1 that game, and you brought us gummy bears.
That's it.
Yeah,
there you go. So
we were like Sugar
What do
up,
you think?
guys.
What do you think the message is there? What did you think I tried to do straight away?
I don't know. I thought I was thinking I was like, wow, he's like come prepared. He's brought gummy bears. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
no coach has ever brought gummy bears to a game before. It's not
Well,
like a big deal, but like then it was like this guy like went out and like I was a kid. I had like maybe $8 to my name, so like that's all the gummy bears cost.
well,
I was
the
like, what
message
the heck?
is. What do you think the message was? Think about it. What you just said there. You just said there was a game we lost 3-1, but what do you remember about the game?
It was a confidence boost. You brought gummy bears and you wanted us to eat them and then feel like energized. You know,
There you
we
go.
probably, if anything, the gummy bears probably. I mean, it's just sugary. It's probably like we probably had a crash midway through, but that probably didn't affect anything. It was probably just the feeling. Like,
Well,
yeah,
the
I've
fact
never.
that you remember the gummy bears over the loss is maybe the better memory there, right?
Oh
Especially
yeah.
at a time.
Well, I remember that game too. I remember we had a pen and that goalie saved it and
It
he
was
like
an away game, wasn't it? Up near Edison on Route 1 somewhere,
you know,
Rahway or something like that.
middle of nowhere, and it was such a pretty feel too. It was like overlooking this like little town. It was like
Yeah,
really cool. And yeah,
that's
I mean,
cool.
yeah.
And what's your memory of practices then? So what sort of things did we do in practice? What do you miss then? So I'll move on to the next question. What do you miss so forget games, because games are games, right? That's what you look forward to the weekend. But the most things that we do is practice. So I know we did some extra training, right? You remember we did that for 2 seasons. What do you miss the most about maybe team training or extra training?
Well, yeah, the team training was awesome. I loved going to practice with the whole team, and I remember that like when I was like in 8th grade, my the first year I was on this swim team, and like when you turn like 14, 15, you get moved up to the senior most group. That's the group I still swim on, and they bring like that group. They they go to the weight room, they lift, they do a bunch of dry land, they get in really good shape. So like I was just starting to like lift and like fill my body out, and so I would just like sit on the ball, and like the other kids that were my age like hadn't started lifting yet. They would just like I would just kind of like muscle them off. And I have like a lot of memories of practice, just like sitting on the ball, and you'd be like, Richie, you got to pass the ball, and I would just be like sitting there like not doing anything. I'd be
Yeah.
like challenging people to take the ball from me. I don't know, but like
You're
that was
very
just
good at dribbling as well, weren't you?
I thought I was. I definitely wasn't though. I think people were just like not like I would just get the ball and like hog it a bit, and people would just be like, all right, whatever.
What do you think your memory was of practices though? Like specifically, like do you remember what we did in practice? Did we
Yeah,
do?
we had a bunch. I mean, when you came, we like kind of changed it up. I mean, we were doing like basic drills up until that point because we were just like a young team, and Jim Davis was doing whatever he had, from research. Like he was just researching stuff and putting it on and putting it in action. But you came and it was like your job to be coach. You had like a whole game plan. We were doing new drills that I had never seen before. Pretty new, like all new stuff that pretty much no other team was really doing. And we had a lot of, I don't know, that was a lot of fun. We had some days where we were doing like dribbling and passing. We were always looking up, seeing the field, dribbling with our head up, stuff like that. I remember new like stuff like that I wasn't really familiar with, and it like totally expanded my my abilities. Because after a couple of seasons, you have a whole new view of the game. Because when you're younger, it's just like whoever's fastest, send a through ball. Now they're throwing the
Exactly.
ball. But as you get older,
Kick
it's a
it to
lot
the
more about
basket.
yeah, exactly. But now it's like working as a unit, all that stuff, and that's what I appreciated about the training and the practices. Because when you do that, not only do you get better at the game and you get in really good shape, but you get closer as a group. It's not just like you're a group of kids and there's like a couple fast kids, and
Right.
they're like better. But now it's just like the whole unit.
Great. So obviously I asked you to join today because my ultimate question is, how do you think your experience with Monmouth, myself, Coach Jim, all your teammates helped you to get where you are now? So with your swimming, your scholarship, what do you think helped you? Was it being in a team? Did it help you mature? Because we know, maybe not at the time but when you were 14, you weren't going to be a professional soccer player. You didn't know at 14 you were going to be getting a scholarship for swimming. The talent was there, but taking away the talent, what actually helped you, do you think, to get where you are today, them experiences?
I think it's the I mean really what it is making sure you don't pigeonhole yourself. You know, like if I had chosen swimming or soccer like early on, I probably wouldn't have succeeded very much in either of them. You know, like say I chose swimming early on and I did nothing for swimming my whole high school year, my 8th grade to senior year, I'd get sick of it, you know? That would suck.
Yeah.
But, you know,
So you had a different balance to your lifestyle, I guess.
adding balance to it, I mean, it helps for your athletics. Like physically, obviously, doing a bunch of different sports. I mean, cross training is the best thing you can do when you're young. You know, like 8th grade, freshman, sophomore year. I think that's the best thing you can do. And if you get really good at something you want to focus on a junior, senior year, that's what I did. I think that's totally fine. That's what a lot of people do. And that's if you're trying to pursue it in college.
Yeah.
I think. But on a physical level, playing soccer is great. Cross training with swimming. I mean, it gets you in really good shape, really good cardio, really good, really good strength overall. You got to have strength and speed when you're playing soccer, and that's pretty much, the same thing you need to have when you're swimming, just applied differently, and like coordination, all that stuff. And on a mental level, playing soccer was always like a really cool, like way to not really be stressed out. Like I would come on the field and I would see all my friends, and like you're not stressed out when you come on the field and see all your friends. It doesn't like really matter what's going on.
Right.
So it's like important to have an outlet like that, and it's important to have a few outlets like that. And yeah, Monmouth United Soccer was one of that for me.
Good. Well, like I say, I think what I was just going to ask you a question now, so I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. So also, what about the off the field stuff we did? What things did we do as a team? Which again, it's my point. I'm trying to get to the audience is we created some memories, right? We created good moments, whether it was on and off the field, which I think ultimately give you them physical and mental advantages, which basically got to where you are now. Do you think it helped? Like again, do you think it helped you with like routines and maturity, habits? Do you think having those twice a week training, the extra training, having someone there in your life, whether it's your teammate, your coach, your trainer, do you think that helped?
Yeah. So I have a pretty firm belief that, no matter who you are, where you come from, the people that, are influencing you pretty much, shape you. And it's not just you basically turn into your parents, right? That's what everyone says. But it's pretty much every adult in your life that's interacting with you pretty much shapes who you are. So, everything I've done, any accomplishment, I think any accomplishment any kid achieves, they really, since they're young and they've been raised in this, in a house and with adults telling them what to do and how to do it and guiding them. I think the only thing you can really do is be grateful for the people who have influenced you, because up until that point, you haven't really done much yourself. You've just been taking guidance from, people who have been, people who have had your best interests in mind. So coaches like you, Coach Matthew, Coach Jim Davis, you guys are, you're first and foremost, you believe in being good people. Anytime another team was playing dirty or being a little dirty, I don't know, anything like that. If the other coach was being like a numpty,
a numpty, that's it.
Coach Jim and you didn't really go to that level. You were always like taking the higher ground. And, I never, I'm not going to do a career in soccer, but being a good person is the most important thing in anybody's life. So
couldn't agree anymore with you, Richie. Love that. Yeah.
From that standpoint, the influence that the coaches gave is superb. And I think the coaching staff is still giving superb influence. And I mean, yeah. And the memories that we made.
Remember what? Yeah, I think you're going to say it there. But what were the off the field stuff we did? I think we did it for like 2 seasons, right? What did we do?
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of Red Bulls games we went to, and the one I really remember was when Henry was still playing.
Yeah.
The French guy, and he was like, I don't know, yeah, he was like, I didn't realize it at the time. I thought he was like in his prime playing for the Red Bulls when I was little, and then I got older and I realized he was like way bigger deal than the Red Bulls, and he like kind of came to the MLS to retire.
Yeah.
But I remember like the whole stadium was like packed, and we were in the supporter section like chanting and singing the whole game. And
yeah, I remember it.
It was with you and Coach Jim and his son James, who I was friends with, or still.
Yeah, James had that silly bull hat on. Remember that?
Yeah, he had the whole get up. Yeah, I remember. I was so jealous because the the whole goal when you go to those games is to be as like insane as you possibly can be. And I
Very, very American, you mean, over the top? Is that what you mean?
I had like a shirt and like a hat and a scarf, and I was like, I was just not competing with James, who had like a mask and then a mask over his mask. And,
Jersey.
Like, yeah, he had everything.
Hot dog mustard there, the steam.
Yeah, yeah, he had so many. And then
soda in one hand, yeah.
And the mask had all the signatures on it. He had like 1 million signatures.
Yeah, he must still have that. He must do. There's no way he's gonna lose that.
I still have my stuff that I got signed by Robles.
That's cool. I think Robles has gone to Beckham's new team now.
Really?
You think he's the goalie at Beckham in Miami, whatever it's called? Well, that's great. Yeah, I mean, you brought back some memories for me there. I guess thanks for the kind words from what you said there. But yeah, my memory of you is being very mature. You had swimming practice. You'd come straight from there to see us. I think I forgot to say. Yeah, did you find your bag? You remember your bag? You used to bring tissues.
Yeah, I have it.
Did you find it? Show everyone your bag, what it looks like.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what the old bags look like. What have you got in there? Any jerseys? What have you got? Any shin guards and smelly socks? Let's have a look.
I'll go through. I have my old shin guards, and these were like the ones that you like.
Oh, they'd be worth $100 them nowadays. Get them on eBay.
They were. I remember when I first bought these, it was like a big deal because like everyone had like the ones that like wrapped around your ankle.
Yeah.
And like came up and strapped around, and I was like,
yeah. Now they're like this big. They're like the size of a phone. Well, really? My iPhone 5 maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, they get
really
small.
tiny. Oh, look at them.
I don't know if these would still fit me, but these are dirty. Look at the dirt on that.
Yeah,
I don't even know how that got on there.
Looks like the black stuff from the turf, is it?
I don't know. I think what I might actually, I kind of remember what I did. I thought it would be cool to like spray paint them, and then I gave up halfway. So now they just look like I don't know what they look like.
Great. Oh, well, like I said, I was hoping you'd got a jersey, something on your bag, but that's cool. That's good.
And I have all the contacts and the tissues still in the front pocket.
Yeah, because that was what I was saying. You'd either come from or go to, especially, we used to train Saturday mornings, didn't we? And sometimes you'd be out in the ocean at, say, 6. We'd have practice at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And yeah, what do you have? Contact lenses and tissues because your nose is moving?
When we would train in the week, I would have practice on like Wednesday after school, like 4 to 6:30, and then I would come to training with you and Alex, and that would be like I don't know, like 7 to whatever, 8 or 8:30 or whatever.
The extra training,
yeah. Be running because I was coming out of swim and my contacts would be like falling out, so I had like a stock of contacts and tissues in the front thing. And Saturday morning I had practice from like 6 in the morning to like 8, 9 or something like that, and then I would come to practice, which was like a little bit later.
Great, that's great. Well, that's enough from me, Richie. That's all I wanted to ask you today. I know a lot of players are going to really benefit from hearing those words from you, and great for us to catch up like this. I thought we're both probably a little bit bored, so why not catch up and get some benefits out of it for the current players of Monmouth United. And I can't thank you enough for your time. Before you go, let me just I'm going to share with you some photos that you might not have seen.
Okay.
I tried to find a photo of us at a game, but I couldn't find it. And I know we did. Let me know you can see these.
I have a couple pictures like mid-game.
So here is, you're not on this one, but this is what you were talking about, St. Mary's. Who do you see there?
And when we were like tiny and we had that, the goals were like really small. I don't remember them being that small, but they were really small.
They're small, right?
Yeah.
Who do you see there? That's Jim's son, right? James,
and then Koenig was in goal. And Koenig was like my counterpart goalie. Like we were both like.
Because he was the tall, big guy at that age, right?
Yeah, that was I was little, but like our whole purpose was to just sit in goal and like take hits to the face. Like we were just like we didn't mind it. And then that's Pizza, who was like he got better. He was then he was like a good dribbler and he was like a left back kind of. But then then he got good at like dribbling and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was a little magician, wasn't he, Issa?
Yeah.
Good. That's a picture of you and James. I think. Did I bump into you in this photo?
You what?
I think I bumped into you in this photo. I think you were just lifeguard. Where did you lifeguard on West Long Branch?
That's a Long Branch. I'm still a guard there. I mean, I'm probably not going to get to work this summer because I'm going to be
Right.
gone.
Where was it? Where is it you went?
Where what?
What was it you were lifeguarding at? It was one of the pools there, right?
No. Yeah, no pool guard here. That was at the Long Branch. So like, I would sit at like Pier Village.
Yeah.
That's where I got it. Where it's, I don't know. Yeah, guarding at Pier Village is like a nightmare. Actually, I don't know if you've been to Pier Village. Have you been there, like in the summer?
Yeah, I've been in the summer. Again, I thought you told me you did some sort of lifeguarding somewhere.
Yeah. My freshman year, or my summer going into freshman year, or going into sophomore year, I was a pool guard because you can't work the beach until you're 16. So
Right.
I was 15 working as pool guard. In that picture, I was like a sophomore going into junior year. So I was on the beach. I was working on the beach at that point, and I would work at like Pier Village. So if you've been at
You can tell by those pecs. You were just about to start lifting there. Look at those pecs.
Those were like that was like with 2 years of lifting. I mean, I thought that was big. I thought I was big at that point. I was proud of myself.
I think I bumped into you because I used to live in Long Branch, and I bumped into you. And I don't know what you were doing, but.
And Coach Jim was there too, and he was eating pizza at that restaurant, and they like saw me in the window because I was walking by, and they like knocked on the glass, and I came in, and I talked to them.
That's great. This is a photo of you boys at Jim's house.
Yeah.
That would be something that we did a lot, right? You know, a lot of gatherings at Jim's house and just break his fence. And you got 2 goals in the back. Do you see yourself there? Do you see? I can't really tell.
Dude, which one am I probably? I know I dressed like.
Maybe. Can you see the cursor? Is that you?
Maybe. I dress like we all dress the same, I think.
That's definitely Eli.
Yeah.
You can tell by the shape of his hair and his head.
Yeah, we put Jim Davis's house. We had he had 2 nets in the back, and I was there so much. We went to all the time, and whenever we would have like a party or something, we would all be there like playing in the back, and we put like holes in the fence. Like there are like 2 holes in that fence. It's like a nice white like vinyl fence. And
I remember a good experience. And again, that's Coach Jim there, just keeping the team together, right? He'd have a barbecue, get all the boys around, everyone live local, drop you off, pick you up at 10 p.m. or whatever. I mean, God knows what time that is there, but that would only be in the summer as well. It's not often you do it early spring, late fall, right?
Yeah, no, we hung out late, and me and James were really into FIFA. I remember we asked you about that. You said you played for like a professional team. You like got paid to play, and we were like, "Do you have a card in FIFA?" And
I had a card on a PC game called Football Manager. It's called it used to be called Championship Manager. I was on that, but you didn't know what that game was. But no, I've never had a FIFA card. I was never that good.
But
So this is one of us at a Red Bulls game. That's myself and Coach Jim in Newark. That's definitely not sangria in my hand at one of the Newark restaurants.
Yeah, no, you're definitely having a good time.
That's me at Jim. Jim holds a lot of he pays a lot of sponsorship and charities in the local community. Yeah, Jim Davis is a very big community guy, loves locals, loves his family, loves the kids, loves Monmouth, and he runs a company, World Construction. So I was luckily enough to be invited to a couple of events that were free, and the beer was definitely free. I didn't drink many. Not.
Yeah. He has a park on the way when you drive to Red Bull Arena.
Yeah.
There's a park built on the way, and we drive
That's
by
it. That's us. One of these guys here is the kicker of the 49ers.
Okay.
The Robert Gold, is it? That's his uncle, because he told me about it. Because you see, my wife to be, which I told you about, you laughed at earlier. I had a Penn State cap on. She went to Penn State, and Bobby Gold was a kicker at Penn State, and that's his uncle. So it's.
You met your wife to be here. You met her, and she went to Penn State.
Yeah, she went to Penn State. I met her after she graduated, though. But that was interesting. Another little event there where we played golf. So Jim was very lucky, a very great guy to be around, still keep in touch and have a beer with him. And then there's something of us. I know you saw it on Instagram the other day. There's little Richie.
remember that.
There's little skinny me. I'm a little bit older and a little bit wider now. There's James.
You look like me.
Yeah. This is what we were talking about earlier, right? You were pretty tall and strong for that age, pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I wasn't that tall.
Yeah.
Big, but I thought I was. I don't know. No, it's just like
And this is one of the final photos of us playing. There's you at the front, number 4. What made you pick number 4? Was that just you were giving it?
I know I like number 4.
Like number 4.
Can
you see that on the screen?
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, good. So we got.
At that point, I was actually pretty. At that point, I packed on some pounds, I guess. But
and wait, this is when you were the number 10 compared to a number 9. This is where you dropped off.
Yeah.
There's Alex, Adrian, J-Mac, Enzo, James, Scafani, Brook Twins, Stephen. So great, Julian, Andrew. Great. So I bet you haven't seen that in a while, right?
No, I was looking at that picture the other day, actually. That's a good one. I have that on my phone. I still look at it sometimes, actually. There's actually a story about why I picked number 4. It was like I thought it was like right in the middle range. I was like, I want to be in the, I don't know, I was little, and then I stuck with the number for like forever. But I didn't want to be like number 1 or 2 or 3 because I was like, I don't want to like just tell myself I'm like I don't know, like I don't need like a gold, silver, or bronze medal. But like number 4 is like, I don't know, I want to be like solid.
I've never heard someone say that before.
Because like Issa took number 1. He was like, yeah, I'm like a little magician. He was like a young like Neymar. He was like, yeah, I'm number 1.
Yeah, he was very skillful, wasn't he? Fast.
And then Koenig took 2. He was like, yeah, all right, I'll be like second best. Like that's how we were looking at it. We looked at it like rankings. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't know.
I've never heard that before. That's funny. Yeah, I would never even think like that. But maybe some of our kids that are your age then are going to think like that now. All right. Well, Richie, be well, be safe. We'll keep in touch. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. It was nice to go over the memories. And like I say, I think hopefully I did create enough good memories for you and got it to where you are now. You're a star. Yeah. Very proud of you, bud. And you want to show everyone your T-shirt, the Navy T-shirt that you put on. There you go. You'll be repping that starting in the summer. So yeah, be well. I know I spoke to your dad earlier on, Mark, and all my best and love to you and the family. Okay, bud?
You as well.
All right. Cheers, Richie. Speak to you soon, bud. Bye.